Hello, everybody. I am Razorblade Mango, and I wanted to put a quick preface before part two of my most anticipated games of 2016 list. I actually originally had Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2 as my number 10 spot, and after playing the open beta, I decided to boot it off the list just because of things that I saw in the beta that slightly decreased my anticipation, and my excitement for it is just a hair underneath We Happy Few, so it's no longer in the top 20, unfortunately. And I was a little, not freaked out, but I was a little puzzled as to what I would put in its place, because I didn't want to go back and re-record part 1 so I could adjust the list. And thankfully, I had forgotten about a game that was originally going to come out in 2015 that I actually completely forgot about, and is actually going to come out this year. So thankfully I found my replacement. So and without further ado, part 2 of my top 10. No, now it's my top 10, but overall top 20 most anticipated games of 2016. Here we go. Number 10 is Roller Coaster Tycoon World. I was madly in love with Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 when I was in my middle school years. I was introduced to it through a friend, one of my best friends, at his house when I was staying over for the night one time. And immediately when I found out that there was a roller coaster creation game where you could just destroy people and create these roller coasters of death and have the characters like fly all over the map and shit like that, I was immediately hooked. And to this day, it is even like now, 10 years later, I play this game a lot. I play Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 a lot. And I love everything about it. I love the huge wealth of customization, the mass destruction you can cause. I love the expansions that came with it, which were the water park one and the safari one. And I am pretty excited for Roller Coaster Tycoon World. In fact, it is one of those games that has finally pushed me into wanting to upgrade my PC. I've been putting off upgrading my PC for a very long time. But now that Roller Coaster Tycoon World is hopefully right around the corner, I know they keep delaying it, which should be some cause for concern, but I hope it's great. Everything I've seen for it retains most of the art style from the original games, and I know a lot of people complained about that it looked way too much like Roller Coaster Tycoon World, but I actually didn't mind. You know what? Another game that's just like Roller Coaster Tycoon World, Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, sorry, is exactly what I need, what I love. I hope they add new things to the game. I hope they improve some of the stuff, because even now on my computer's not that good, but the frame rate even back then was not that good. And I hope they improve on that. But I'm just looking forward to, especially after playing Scream Ride, which I had on my top 10 most anticipated games of 2015. And I thought that was pretty disappointing. Unfortunately, I never got around to playing it extensively to where I could I feel comfortable talking about it on the channel. But I was pretty disappointed by that. And I hope Roller Coaster Tycoon World picks up where Scream Ride was supposed to go. And I'm just ready to upgrade my PC. Ready to finally have a competent gaming PC and game the hell out with Roller Coaster Tycoon World. I hope it's a blast. Number 9 is The Walking Dead Michonne. I am a telltale nut. Despite some growing issues I've had with the company over the last few games that they've made, I look forward to everything that they release. And The Walking Dead has been their crowning jewel ever since they first started really pumping out good stuff back in 2012 with The Walking Dead Season 1. And I still think to this day that remains their very best game in their catalog. And anytime more Walking Dead from them comes around, I'm hyped. I cannot wait for what they're going to do with this. Now, what's interesting about Walking Dead Michonne, it's not based on any new characters that they're creating. It's based on a character that's in the graphic novels and the TV show. And I will be the first to admit that I have no desire to get into the Walking Dead graphic novels. I have no desire to get into the TV show. I don't really care about the Walking Dead. But what's cool about Telltale is that they consistently take franchises that I have no desire for, I really don't care about, and they make games out of them that make me give a shit. And it's any company that can take a property that I don't like Minecraft, and create characters that I feel emotionally invested with. That's a miracle. That they've taken multiple franchises that I don't give a shit about, and they've just time and time again made games that I'm just like, holy fuck, these are awesome. So I'm hoping they pull off something wonderful with The Walking Dead Michonne. It's a character that's supposedly a fan favorite. From the trailer, she seems to be a badass. I love the machete that she wields. So, and what's interesting about this one as well is it's a mini-series by their standards, which usually Telltale games go on for 5 to 6 episodes. Michonne is going to be a 3-episode series, so that's kind of good that they're scaling back on this one, because they're working on another game that I am even more excited about, but we will talk about that later. Walking Dead Michonne, it looks like your standard Telltale Walking Dead game, which means it's hopefully going to be fantastic, because I've adored all of their Walking Dead stuff so far. I think Walking Dead Season 2 was like my game of the year. I don't think it holds up quite as well the second time around, but it's still a fantastic game. Walking Dead Season 1 definitely holds up. 400 Days is great. I'm begging they do Season 3 pretty soon. But for now, I'm happy that we're getting The Walking Dead Michonne. It looks great. Can't wait to play it next month. Number 8 is Uncharted 4, A Thief's End. Now, this could very well be the crown jewel of PS4 exclusives this year and any other year. I mean, it's from Naughty Dog, who is considered like the best PlayStation 4 studio out there and one of the best studios ever right now. They consistently one-up their game with this series. I'm not a big fan of the first Uncharted. Second one I really like. Third one is still my favorite. And what the stark contrast between the Uncharted series and something like, say, Assassin's Creed, where Uncharted constantly refines their gameplay, feels like they're adding new stuff into it, while Assassin's Creed is kind of just the same, just like gameplay and stealth stuff. I mean, with minor additions throughout each series. But Uncharted, like, if you look at Uncharted 1 and then go to Uncharted 3, the difference in terms of gameplay and functionality feels vastly different. There is a huge difference between the two. And with Uncharted 4, from what I've seen and from what Naughty Dog has said, they're going to be taking influences from The Last of Us, which is one of my favorite games ever, and adding in more of like the stealth sections from The Last of Us, kind of influence on that, which it's a relief, because the stealth sections in Uncharted 2 were garbage, and I did not like them at all. The game looks gorgeous. I know I'm disappointed that they didn't get it to 1080p 60 frames per second, which is what they promised it was going to be before, but, you know, shit happens, I guess. But I really don't have a desire for the multiplayer. I'll be honest, I mean, it looks alright, but I don't play Uncharted for the multiplayer. I play it strictly for the single player. And this may seem weird, but I love Naughty Dog's games. However, I never buy them, because they're one of those studios that makes games where I only feel the need to play through them once. I really enjoy them, and with The Last of Us, I loved it. but I just don't have much desire to replay them. You know what I mean? I mean, they're great games. They just don't have the replayability for me. But I am seriously considering buying Uncharted 4, even though I probably won't touch the multiplayer all that much. The game looks great. Everything I've seen from it, like all the PlayStation Experience demos and the E3 stuff, looks fantastic. Just the level of detail in the environments now, and then the facial detail, just, oh my god, just constantly just blows me away. They must spend so much time on the creation of these environments and the little stuff that happens, like when a character bumps into something, like plates will fall on the ground in this really dynamic, realistic fashion. When shotgun blasts through like a market, you see stuff fly in the air, just stuff explode. I mean, and it doesn't feel scripted. It feels like anything can happen in these firefights. And now we've got drivable sections, which look like a blast. We've got multiple dialogue options, which they've confirmed it's limited to some sections. It's not like Mass Effect, and they even said it's not like Mass Effect, where it's going to have multiple endings and stuff like that, which is good. I want them to stick with one ending, and I'm hoping that ending is the great finale to this franchise deserves. I'm hoping they don't drop the ball on this. I'm begging them not to drop the ball on endings, because if there's one thing that people just can't seem to do right in video games, it's deliver satisfying conclusions to series. I mean, look at the Witcher 3, which is like one of the best, like the best conclusion you could possibly have. And then look at something like Mass Effect 3 that was so horrible and such a dumb shit idea. I'm hoping Uncharted finds that middle ground between the two, where it's not the multiple choice ending thing, but the ending that they do choose is resounding and satisfying and brings full closure to the story. I'm on my hands and knees in here, Naughty Dog. Please do not mess up this ending. Please do not. I mean, it's right there. It seems easy enough, but you'd be surprised how many companies screw that up. And I'm hoping Naughty Dog does not join that list. Uncharted 3, if they had ended the series with Uncharted 3, that would have been a fantastic ending. That game is great. The ending is great. So if they really want this to be the final game, the final exclamation point on this series, I want them to go out with a bang. I want to put down my controller when the credits start rolling and go, wow, that was incredible. I want that feeling. And if there's any studio out there that I hope knows how to do it, it's Naughty Dog. Don't let me down, guys. Number 7 is Outlast 2. I'm a big fan of the first game. When I got a PlayStation 4, that was one of the first games that I downloaded onto there, along with the Whistleblower DLC, which I think is, those are two of the most disturbing games I have ever played. I mean, very, very few games are able to like get under my skin the way Outlast does. I think only like a few games are able to do that. Outlast is one of them. I loved its atmosphere. I loved the recording stuff with the camera. I loved how you had to use the light on the video recording to illuminate the environment, because you couldn't see shit sometimes. The monsters were terrifying. The jump scares, while some of them it did get formulaic after a while. Basically, the formula of Outlast is explore, jump scare, run, jump scare, and then rinse and repeat. That's basically what the formula is. Or actually, no. Find a key, or a key card, or a passcode, or something, while avoiding a monster and running away. And to be honest, it did get repetitive in the first game, which is something I'm hoping they fix with Outlast 2. I hope there's more variety in what you're going to be doing, because when they announced Outlast 2, I was one happy guy. I was so happy, and they haven't announced a lot of information for the game yet. Basically, all they've said is it's going to be set in the same universe as the original game. It's just going to be a different location. and have different characters, which is fine. It's just absolutely fine with me because I don't want to go back to that asylum. I've been there twice already. And the trailer was creepy. It's seemingly from the trailer, it might be more of an outdoorsy environment this time around, which could be really cool. And we don't know much about the game yet, but I'm really excited for it. I hope the game lives up to my expectations because of what was set from the first game. As it's one of my favorite horror games, probably like ever. And yeah, Outlast 2. I hope it's great. And I'm hoping for something that will just scare the shit out of me like the first one did. It's one of those games where I want to invite people over and have it where we pass the controller around and have people get freaked out during it. Stuff like that is so much fun. We don't get many fun horror games like that, and I'm hoping Outlast 2 is in the same realm like that, because the first one was, second one very promising so far, and it's the same company, Red Barrels. So yeah, Outlast 2 for number 7. I hope it will scare the living shit out of me. It's really all I can say at this point. Number 6 is No Man's Sky. I had this on the list last year. I'm not going to repeat everything that I said last year. Basically, the game looks amazing. It's probably the most ambitious game of all time. You're making, the creators are making an entire fucking universe for us to explore. Now, what concerns me about No Man's Sky, and I even though this is number 6 on the list, and I have lots of anticipation for this game, the one thing that does concern me is what am I going to be doing in this game? And this could go one of two ways. One, it could be this completely absorbing experience where I'm doing lots of stuff and I feel like I'm actually exploring a universe and it's this big, overwhelming thing for me. Or, the second way, I'm going to get really bored really quickly because I'm going to be doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. And I'm really hoping it doesn't become like that. I'm hoping it's the first option, where I boot it up and I'm just transfixed by how vast of a world I'm being given to explore. Because keep in mind, open world games are my favorite genre, my personal favorite genre. So, and they are making the biggest open world of all time. So, I mean, this should be, but you know what? A big open world doesn't mean anything to me if there isn't stuff in it that is fun to do, places that are fun to explore, a personality. I mean, don't give me a gigantic playground with only like one slide and one merry-go-round. I want the whole shebang, guys. And so far, No Man's Sky seems to be right on track for being awesome, even though there are concerns that I've read about. The game not running well on the PS4. All the stuff that we've seen from the game is the PC build, which honestly wouldn't surprise me at this point, given how vast the game is. But they put there's so much hype behind this game that anything less than amazing would probably feel like a disappointment for a lot of people. So I hope Hello Games knows what they're doing. The creator, Sean Murray, he definitely seems like a no pun intended, a down-to-earth guy. He's very humble. He seems very confident in what he's making. So I'm hoping that confidence pays off. I hope the delay after delay has given the developers time to, like structure their world in some way, tweak it, put more stuff into it. And even though this doesn't have any story mode to speak of, you might not even encounter other player-controlled characters. But this game, it looks incredible. It is the most ambitious game of all time. I mean, what more can I say? It is quite something. And I'm hoping that ambition really, really, really soars and takes off. And I hope we get something really amazing, because like I said, if it's anything less than amazing, it's going to be a disappointment after all the hype that's behind it. But all signs so far, most signs point towards it being one of the best games of 2016, one of the best games of this console generation, and I'm gonna let you guys in a little secret, something a little more personal for me. My big goal in this game is to find a planet within it. I'm sure I will eventually, because when you discover a planet in the game, you get to name it after something. When I find a planet that I feel is worthy, and I'm going to have a shitload to choose from, I want to find a planet that is worthy of being named after my grandpa. I would like to name a planet after my grandpa in this game. He was very, very close. We were very close when I was growing up, and he was taken prematurely because fuck dementia. So, yeah, I want this game to be worthy enough for me to pour my own personal stuff into it, and I want that beauty to be reflected in this game. So I'm begging that this game, and I'm like a lot of these games, and I'm hope it's not a repeat of last year where we get so many disappointments. There's gonna be that one. It's inevitable. There's gonna be more than one, but if I were to choose one out of all of these games on the list to not be a disappointment, I would have to go with No Man's Sky, because I want this game to be a resounding success, and I wish Hello Games all the luck in the world, because they have some massively high hopes to live up to. Alright, here we go, the top 5. Alright, so these top 5 games are titles that I am, obsessed with at this point. I am obsessed with these games. So anything you hear from now on this list is automatic day one buy. If there's the collector's edition, I will fucking get it. I will buy an entire I will upgrade my fucking PC for these games. I want these games now. I want them now. Now. Even more so than the other 15 that I've listed so far. So we're in the top 5 now, guys. And number 5 to start off with is Cuphead. This game caught my eye, I believe, back in 2014. It was on a small sizzle reel of indie titles that were going to come to the Xbox One, and that was the one, out of all of them, out of all the games at that conference, that was the one that really stuck out to me, in a good way, of course, mainly because of the art style, because it's this gorgeous stylization of 1930s cartoons, like the old Mickey Mouse cartoons, from way back in the day, the stuff that if you go to Disneyland, they will show in that old theater in Main Place in Main Street. It's a beautiful looking game. It must have taken them forever to get that aesthetic right. Lots of money. Thankfully, Microsoft is helping them bring this game to life. It's not going to be on the PlayStation 4, but don't fear, it will be on the PC. So people that don't have an Xbox One but have a good PC, don't worry, it will be there. And I think what's really funny about this game is that it's so beautiful, and yet everything I've seen from it, it is brutal. It will fucking kick your ass into the dust. And I am very excited to see if I can overcome. It's like the Bloodborne thing. I am very excited to see how far I can get in these games, how far this game will push my skills as a player, because everything I've seen from it even good people I've seen play these games, this game, it is tough, and it's a boss run game, and if you don't like that kind of game, this is obviously not for you. But all the bosses I've seen from it, very unique design, lots stuff that wouldn't feel, out of place in the old 1930s cartoons. And there's stuff like a pair of toads with boxing gloves, There's a carrot that's like a psychic carrot that shoots laser beams at you. There's a pirate that grabs a squid and like chucks squid stuff at you, and there's like stuff that comes down, and it looks insane. Just absolutely insane. Those are only 3 of the bosses that are in it, and it looks, oh my god, it looks incredible. I cannot wait for this game. I've waited over almost 2 years now for this game, and I love it. I love everything I've seen from this game. I love it. And it's simplistic and challenging and beautiful and hopefully fun. I hope it's like Bloodborne, where even though it's kicking my ass into the dirt and just repeatedly going, ha ha ha, ha ha ha, fuck you, ha ha ha, I want that empowerment to come back and be like, no, fuck you, Cuphead, bah, and finally beat that boss, have that Bloodborne feeling, the Dark Souls Bloodborne feeling. This game, guys, if there's one game that I would want to own an Xbox One for, if I couldn't get a PC, and if I had to get an Xbox One for this, I'm telling you, I would buy it. I would buy an Xbox One for this game. I did have an Xbox One for a little bit, but I had to give it back, unfortunately, because, life and bills and shit. So this is one. If you had to choose, if I had to choose one game to buy one console for, Cuphead. Cuphead is the one. Hands down, no question. Cannot wait for this game. The guys behind it are freaking geniuses. I don't know how anybody hasn't done this yet. And just, Cuphead looks amazing. That's all I gotta say. It looks fucking amazing. Number 4 is Firewatch. And this is actually coming in about 3 weeks, even though I have a funny feeling it's going to be delayed. I hope I'm wrong, but I wouldn't be surprised if I was right. But so far, it's coming February 9th. I literally have a sheet of paper on my refrigerator. I cross off the days until this game comes out. This is one of those games that looks tailor-made for me. It is a narrative-based, single-player mystery game set within a Wyoming National Park, where you're basically a forest ranger who's trying to escape from his crumbling marriage, gets this job for the summer as a camp lookout, and he uncovers a mystery happening in the park where apparently people are being kidnapped. Weird stuff goes on in the park. Weird stuff starts happening to you, and it just everything about it is like right up my alley. I mean everything about it. The graphics, beautiful, a really like almost Pixar-esque looking art style. I really love it. Really, and since I'm a big fan of forest environments and sunrises and sunsets and stuff like that, the game is breathtaking. The character interactions, the voice acting, the dynamic writing and interaction between your main character and the person who's on the walkie-talkie with you. And I remember seeing this game back, I think almost a year ago now, back like in March of 2015 on the IGN First thing, and I was astonished by how natural the dialogue sounded, just how funny it was, and how just organic it all felt. I mean, whenever these characters talk, it didn't feel like two people in a sound system just talking to one another and then edited together. It felt like these two characters were having a dynamic conversation right in front of me. It was incredible, and I remember going, wow, this game looks great. Too bad it's probably only going to be on PC. And then at E3, it was like, on Sony's stage, Firewatch, here you go, PS4, and I was like, yes, thank you. So I am so excited to play this game. I'm gonna devote so much time to this game. I don't give a shit how much it costs. I will buy it day one, no matter what. It looks fantastic. I just gush at everything I'm seeing from this game so far. It's just a game that's made for me. I mean, there's movies out there that look made for me, but this is a one of the very few games that if you were to put a camera into my brain and make a game out of what you saw, like a checklist of stuff that I love, that is Firewatch. That is Firewatch in a nutshell. It is a checklist of stuff that I love. I love about video games. Right there in one package, Firewatch. Coming February 9th, I am like beside myself with happiness that this game is less than 3 weeks away. So, yes! Firewatch, I cannot wait. I'm probably the only one that has it like in their like top 5 most anticipated games of 2016, but I don't give a fuck. It looks phenomenal. I'm so happy for this game. And I hope you are too. I hope you guys give this game a chance because everything I've seen from it so far, it deserves a spot on this top 5. It deserves a spot on this top 5. It looks fucking amazing. Firewatch, February 9th, less than 3 weeks away. So fucking excited. Number 3 is Batman, a Telltale series. You guys know this. You guys knew this was coming. Come on. I mean, it's Batman and Telltale. How the hell would this not be on like near my top pick of the year? The only reason it's not higher is because we don't know much about it. We just know it's just Telltale doing a Batman story. And that alone is like, holy fuck, oh my god, yes, please, yes. And I know I kind of have to eat my own words here, where I said that after Arkham Knight, I was tired of Batman. And I even said this before I even played Arkham Knight. I said, after Arkham Knight, I don't want to see Batman in any more games. And I'm going to have to eat my words because I cannot wait for Batman Telltale. I hope this gives them an opportunity to showcase different villains. Because this series, Batman needs a break from the Joker. We've had the Joker in so many Batman games. I want it to focus on a different villain. Make up your own villain. Just don't have it be like the Arkham Knight. But yeah, to Telltale Batman. I never ever imagined that we'd get this game. To me, this was the game that it's like it's one of those games that I joked about with my friends. I was like, yeah, I can't wait till they do a Batman game. Like that would be like a fucking dream come true. And bless you, Telltale. You have made my dream come true. You are like my video game fairy godmother. You have made my dream come true. A Batman Telltale game. Wow. I never ever thought I'd be talking about this, but here you go. Hell yeah. Batman Telltale game. We don't know much about it. I hope it's like the comic book style. I hope it's not. I hope they redo their graphics engine for something more like the Batman comic books, like the Frank Miller stuff. But just from that trailer, I'm really excited. No idea who the villain is. No idea who's even going to voice Batman. No idea if people like Robin or Nightwing or Batgirl or Catwoman or whoever or Alfred is even going to be in this. So we shall see. The only real hint we have of what this game is going to be like is that it will explore the dynamic between Bruce Wayne and Batman, like the tough choices that Batman has to face when it comes to protecting not only his identity but people that he loves. So hopefully they do a better job than Rocksteady with Arkham Knight. I mean, I don't like to keep bagging on Rocksteady for Arkham Knight, but yeah, Arkham Knight's just not very good, guys. At least in my opinion. I mean, you love Arkham Knight, bless you, more power to you, but for me personally, I could not get into it. But I'm hoping Telltale remedies the pain that the emptiness that Arkham Knight left me, and I hope it comes out sooner than later. Yeah, Batman Telltale. Holy shit. It's finally happening. Number 2 is Doom. Alright, I'm gonna cut the bullshit. So this alpha that I've been talking about, and if you followed my channel for the last few months, in certain videos I've mentioned a certain alpha that I wasn't allowed to talk about. It's Doom. It's the Doom closed alpha. I fucking loved it. I was so excited playing this game. Like, I'm not a big multiplayer guy. I think that's pretty clear by now. But when I played the Doom alpha, like, it felt like I was a kid again playing like old school multiplayer games that required actual, strategy and quick reflexes and thinking and one-on-one duels rather than like what Call of Duty and like Halo is now, where it's a lot of like twitch shooting and grenade spamming. But Doom isn't like that. Doom is much more competitive in the sense that you have to outthink and outflank your opponent. There's no dash button. Everything is just really super fast. All the guns are really fast. There's these incredible glory kills that are gory, and when you finally get one of these glory kills, it feels so fucking satisfying. Every person I have shown this alpha to, whether I've given them a code or they've been at my house and have seen it, they will agree that Doom, the multiplayer, is going to rock their fucking world. It is going to rock the multiplayer landscape. Absolutely. It is phenomenal. I cannot wait to play Doom multiplayer. And I never ever thought I would ever say that in my life, but I cannot wait to play multiplayer Doom. I cannot wait to go in and shoot people with my shotgun, just blow them up into a bunch of gory chunks and run around and snap people's necks. I mean, one of my best moments in the game, in the alpha, was like running up to certain people, like 3 people at once, and like snapping their necks and like running over, punching this one dude in the stomach, and he fell over into lava, and then I punched this guy in the leg to where he flew in the air, punched him again in the face, and his head just exploded in this like this glee-filled gore. And I felt like whatever his name is, Commodus from Gladiator, where like there's that scene in the movie when like that guy gets split in half and like this geyser of blood just pours out, and he's like, ah, yes! Like, I felt like the Emperor of Rome watching the Colosseum with this shit. I mean, it's just like I'm recording this and I'm smiling. I'm so happy about this game because it's everything I've ever wanted multiplayer to be. But I'm not going to discredit the single player as well. No. Single player looks great. There's not really much story to speak of course, because it's Doom. And Doom's never really been about the story, but hey, Doom, it looks great. It runs 1080p 60 frames per second on consoles, which is awesome. It looked beautiful. Even like, I was shocked it was an alpha because it looked so polished and felt so smooth and responsive from an alpha. An alpha. Holy shit. The id Tech 6 engine is doing amazing things for this game. I cannot wait to try out the new Snap Map mode, where I can download like different whole game modes with friends and shit like that. They haven't announced split screen yet, and I have a sinking feeling that it's not going to be a part of the game, but I'm really hoping there is like 4-player local split screen multiplayer, because I want to invite friends over and just have a bro night where we're just massacring each other, just punching each other in the face till just our heads explode. Not in real life, but in the game. And just, guys, you have to check. If you haven't seen any footage from Doom yet, there's a sampling of what is in the alpha. I think it's one of the videos on Bethesda's channel. Go check that shit out. If you think that looks cool, you haven't seen shit yet. Oh my god. And it didn't get old. That's shocked me. It didn't get old. I played the Doom alpha 5 hours straight. I sat there in front of my TV and played it 5 hours straight. I have never done that with a multiplayer with a competitive multiplayer game. Usually even like ones that I own, like Destiny or or Red Dead Redemption I would get tired of, or Grand Theft Auto I would get tired of. I would just be like, yeah, okay, whatever. But Doom, no, Doom was hard, was visceral. It was brutal, just shockingly brutal. But it never felt ugly or mean. It felt fun. It felt like it was so over the top, and I just had to laugh every time. Just this, like, there was like buckets of gore being thrown onto the screen. It was a joy. And hopefully I hope you guys try to get into the next Doom Alpha. I hope you guys try to get into the beta. I hope you guys pick up the game when it comes out. And from everything that I've seen so far, these top 2 games are where they are because I have actually personally played them, and I think that's kind of a spoiler for my number 1, but whatever. It's coming up pretty soon. I've played Doom Alpha. I love Doom Alpha. I love an alpha. If that alpha costs like $10 or $5 or $10, I would buy it because I'm sad every time the game has stopped because I'm just like, I need more. I need this game in my life. I need Doom in my life. I need Doom all up on my face. I need all the buckets of gore and broken bones and blood just pour all over me. Just I need Doom. I need Doom right now. When's Doom coming out? When's there a collector's edition? I want to know now. When is Doom coming out? When is Doom coming out? It better be this year. It better not get delayed to 2017. I want Doom right goddamn now. Right now, Bethesda. And I know that's not going to happen, but seriously, I am so, I'm like just in love with Doom already, and I don't even own it yet. I played it, I don't own it, but I love Doom. I love Doom, and I know you guys will too, because it is the future of multiplayer. It's not only is it the future of multiplayer, it is a shining throwback to what multiplayer used to be like. Not this dumb Twitch shooter stuff now, but if you're into that, cool, that's fine. I'm not. I don't find it very appealing, but Doom is made for me, and I cannot wait. And finally, my most anticipated game of 2016. It's a game I have waited a very long time for, what feels like an eternity. It not only appeals to my modern taste as a gamer, but is like a love letter to my childhood, a love letter to things I used to like adore as a kid, and a part of my personality to this day. I think you guys know what it is, but take it away. Yes, Final Fantasy 15. After all the shit that I've given Square Enix, rightfully so, after everything I've said, that how I thought their marketing for this game was just pissing me off, and how we need info on this game right now. I'm tired of the drip feed information. the fact still remains that I am excited as hell for this game. And every little bit of news that we get for it makes me even more and more excited. Some stuff I'm not really like, I'm like, ugh, like the lack of Japanese audio in the American version, which I'm really nervous about because I'm not really digging what I hear from the American, the English language version. But I've heard it's going to be re-recorded, which is nice. So, but yeah, this game, fuck, the level of pedigree it has behind it. I mean, oh my god, it's a game. It's like, where do I even start with this? This is like a legend of a game already, and it's not even out yet. This was announced back in 2006. 2006, when I was still in middle school. Like, when I don't think I was on, middle school. And I remember my friend being like, hey, like, look at this new Final Fantasy game can come out. And it was like Final Fantasy... I can't even remember what the fuck it was called anymore. It was like Final Fantasy 13 Verse. That's right. Final Fantasy 13 Versus, or Versus 13, or whatever. It was supposed to be a spin-off of Final Fantasy 13. And then it just disappeared for many years. And people were saying, like, oh, it got canceled. It got canned because of the poor reception of Final Fantasy 13 and the trilogy. It came from that. And finally, it was re-revealed back in 2003 as Final Fantasy 15. Not all the characters made it into this version. The same crew are in it still. I love that this is going to be a quasi-open world game. The graphics are to die for, with the beautiful environments and the beautiful city design, the beautiful creature design. Oh my god, just everything about this game. I hope they release an art book for it, because I will buy it. It looks incredible. The combat I really liked from Episode du Sky. Of course, because it was a prototype, there are some tweaks that need to be done with it, and they've said that they've not redone the battle system, but they have made it better. And even that little update that they added, it was like Episode du Sky 2.0, did improve the game and did show how incredible the gameplay could be in the final game. And I've even heard there's an alternate combat system for people that want a little bit more of a challenge, which is awesome, and I think every game should do that. The soundtrack, oh my god, the soundtrack is divine. It is heavenly. From Yoko Shimomura, who is, of course, legendary in my book for making the Kingdom Hearts music. And the music, everything I've heard from the Final Fantasy 15 soundtrack so far has been it lives up to her pedigree of work, her legendary pedigree of work. I mean, I love mostly everything I've seen about this game so far. And if only they would just give us more information on what it's going to be like. The story seems to be really great. It's a coming of age tale with Noctis learning how to grow from being a boy to a man, learning how to be like a carefree prince to a king, ready to lead a nation. There's the element of you get to go off when you're in the car and explore the environment. There's chocobo racing. There's fishing. There's sites you can see, restaurants to visit, random characters you can run into, gondolas you can ride in some cities. There's boats you can take. It's just everything they've described about this game seems way too good to be true. And I'm hoping this isn't just lip service from everybody, but I'm really hoping all of the stuff that they've talked about is in the game, because it all sounds amazing. Just last week, they answered fan questions regarding this, like what the city is gonna be like and how the characters will level up, and I got excited all over again. It was like, oh my god, I forgot how amazing this game is going to be. So, there's also magic in it, which is awesome. You get swords, you get guns, you get summons again. The Ramuh summon in the Episode du Sky, oh my god, it was like amazing. It's one of the best things I've ever seen in gaming. I mean, what more can I say about this game? It is already legendary. At least its development is legendary. And now it almost seems surreal that we're finally going to be able to play this game, hopefully play this game in 2016. And as I've said in past videos, I'm hoping this is the game that breathes new life into Final Fantasy, because Final Fantasy has, like, as far as single player Final Fantasy games, in my opinion, we haven't really gotten a great one since Final Fantasy X, and that was years ago. So, I mean, this Square Enix, listen to me. There's two things you cannot fuck up. Two things you can't. I don't care about all the other stuff, but there's two things you cannot fuck up. Kingdom Hearts 3, which I'm actually more excited for Kingdom Hearts 3, of course. Whatever year that comes out, you're going to see that at the top of the list. Not even a contest. And Final Fantasy 15. You cannot fuck up those two. And Final Fantasy 15, I hope they show stuff that blows me away in that March event that they have planned, even though I doubt it, considering a lot of Square Enix events turn out to be really disappointing. But I'm hoping the release date is sometime in like November or December. I'm hoping there's big collector's edition with it, because I will definitely buy this game. And yeah, I am just so... I'm just relieved that we're finally going to get it this year. And everything I've seen from it has just blown me away. It's made me feel like a kid again, grinding through Final Fantasy IX and like Chrono Trigger and stuff like that. So Final Fantasy 15, guys. Some of you guys called it, but no denying, it is hands down my most anticipated game of 2016. Alright, just some honorable mention stuff I forgot to mention, like the Tomorrow Children, which looks great. There is Tacoma, which looks very interesting. Rime, I'm hoping that comes out sometime this year. What Happened with Edith Finch, I think it's called, looks good. Just honorable mentions, stuff like that. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Persona 5. Persona 5 looks fucking kick-ass too. Thank you guys for watching. If you like what you see, subscribe. Let me know what your most anticipated games of 2016 are. If you agree with the stuff I have, disagree with it, let me know. Alright, one more list to go, which is my top 10 games of 2016. Still need to play one or two more, and then I will have a definitive list. No idea when that's going to come, but hopefully sometime within the next week or so. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Have a good one.